Dear students, earlier we have done the rights and obligations of a consumer. Like we have seen there are several rights which are given to the consumers, like right to safety, right to choose, right to seek redressal, right to consumer education. And with these rights there are some responsibilities also of a consumer, like a consumer should exercise his rights, then he should be a conscious consumer. He should be aware of all the goods and services available in the market and the price, the quality, and the consumer should insist on getting the cash memos because it is the evidence, it acts as an evidence for purchase. So with rights and obligations, what are the remedies which are available to consumer on filing a complaint? Now, there are few remedies. If a consumer files a complaint, then these are the remedies which are available to him, like removal of defect from the goods. Whatever defect or problem is there in the goods, it is the right, these are the remedies which is available to him. That means removal of defect from the goods, then replacement of the goods. The consumer can ask for replacement of the goods, the defective goods, then refund of the price paid. Whatever price is paid by the consumer, he can ask for the refund of the price. Then compensation of loss or injury suffered. Now suppose because of some defective product, if there is any loss which the consumer has incurred, he can get the compensation also, he can ask for the compensation. Then removal of deficiency in services. If there is any deficiency, then that deficiency should be removed. Then discontinuation of unfair trade practices. This is also one of the remedy or relief which is available to our consumer, that the unfair trade practices will be discontinued. Then we have stoppage of sale of hazardous goods. That means it can be stopped. Okay, it's stopping. It can be stopped or withdrawn. Withdrawal of the sale of hazardous goods. That means the hazardous goods which are being sold in the market, the relief can be given by stopping the sale or withdrawal of these hazardous goods from the market. Then payment of adequate cost to relief party. That means if it's saying like compensation, but some payment is made for the cost which is incurred to the aggrieved party. If the party has incurred some cost, that is to be paid. To pay an amount to consumer welfare fund. That means this amount, sometimes this relief is given to the consumer, and the company or the seller of the product, he is asked to deposit some amount in consumer welfare fund or any other organization or person to be utilized in prescribed manner. Means what? It should be not less than 5%. It should be not less than 5% of the value of the defective goods. Okay, so this not less than 5% of the value of the defective goods is to be deposited in some consumer welfare fund. Then to issue corrective advertisement. Sometimes the advertisements, misleading advertisements are shown on television. So the relief can be given to the consumer by instructing the company to issue corrective advertisements so that it will neutralize the effect of the misleading advertisements given in the or telecasted. So these are the reliefs or remedies which are available to a consumer. Now, after knowing the reliefs and remedies which are available to a consumer, the next thing is, who is a consumer? Okay, now who is a consumer who is protected under this Consumer Protection Act? Now, consumer is one who buys goods or hires services for some value. Means what? He is someone who is purchasing the goods or hiring the services for some value. That means some value is to be paid for that. If anyone has got something which he has not purchased, then he is not a consumer. A consumer is someone who buys for some value. Then comes any user of such goods with approval of buyer. That means if someone has stolen the goods and then something happens, he is not a But if a person has borrowed something from a consumer and he is using that particular product and something happens because of the defective product or hazardous product, then he is also the consumer. So any user of goods with approval of the buyer. Then anyone who uses the goods bought or services hired for earning livelihood by self-employment. Means what? If an auto driver has purchased that three-wheeler auto and he is running that for earning livelihood, then he is a consumer. So anyone who uses the goods bought or services hired for earning livelihood by self-employment. So this is the definition of Consumer in Consumer Protection Act. Only these people are considered as consumer. Now the second question is, who can file a complaint under Consumer Protection Act 1986? Now complaints can be filed by first any consumer. Now who is a consumer? This we have seen here. Anyone, any consumer can file a case if anything happens. Then any registered consumer association. If there is a consumer association which is registered, they can also file the case on behalf of the consumer who has suffered loss or injury. Central or state government, they can file a case. One or more consumer on behalf of numerous consumers. If a group of consumers are being affected by the hazardous product or by unfair trade practices or anything happened to them, so anyone can hire, anyone or more than one consumer can file a case on behalf of numerous consumers. Then legal hire or representative of a deceased consumer. That means if a consumer has died, his legal hire or representative can also file case. Okay, so these are the two important questions which need to be answered here, that who is a consumer and who can file a case. Now, within what period the complaint can be filed? Now, complaint can be filed within 3 months of purchase. Okay, so if a person has purchased a particular product and he finds it defective, but by any reason, because of any reason, if he has not filed a complaint within 3 months, later on he cannot file a complaint, he cannot sue anyone. So a complaint can be filed within 3 months of purchase, and if some testing of the goods is required, then 5 months. Within 5 months we have to file a complaint. Now the next topic is the redressal agencies under Consumer Protection Act 1986 and their jurisdictions. Now there is a 3-tier grievances, consumer grievance machinery is there under this act, according to which the first is the district forum, second is the state commission, and the third one is the national commission, which where a consumer can file a case. Now under district forum we have to see that there is one president, the number of members, one president and 2 members are there. Okay, and in this 2 members, one should be a woman. Then the complaint of goods worth 20 lakhs can be done here. That means the complaint of goods worth rupees 20 lakhs can be filed in district forum, and then within 30 days appeal can be filed in state commission. Means what? If a person is not satisfied with the decision or with the decision given by district forum, the consumer can appeal in state commission within 30 days of getting this decision. Okay. Now next one is the state commission. Here also one president and 2 members are there, and in this 2 members, one should be a woman. Same thing as in district. Now second is complaint of goods worth more than rupees 20 lakhs and less than 1 crore can be filed in state commission. That means if the value of the goods is less than 20 lakh, the consumer will file the case in the state forum. If the value of the goods is more than 20 lakh but less than 1 crore, the consumer will file case in state commission. Now here also, if the consumer is not satisfied with the decision given, he can file a case in national commission within 30 days of the decision. That means this time period we have to remember that within 30 days here also, and within 30 days here also you can you can appeal in the higher court. Otherwise, after 30 days you are not eligible to file appeal. You cannot appeal in higher court. Now, this is National Commission. Now coming to this, after State Commission, coming to National Commission. Here one president and 4 members are there, and again in this 4 member, one should be a woman. Now these are appointed by central government. Here the value of goods exceeding 1 crore. That means complaint for the goods of the value more than 1 crore are filed in National Commission. Now, any consumer who is not satisfied with the decision of National Commission can appeal in the Supreme Court within 30 days. Here also the time period is 30 days. But a consumer can go to Supreme Court if he is not satisfied with National Commission's decision. But 2 conditions are there. First, he has to file a complaint within 30 days. And second, that the value of goods should be above 1 crore. Okay, that means value above rupees 1 crore. That means if a person has filed a case in district forum, and if he is not satisfied there, he can move to the State Commission. Again, if not satisfied there, he can move to National Commission. But if the value of goods are less than 1 crore, then he has to, this is the final where he can go, that is National Commission. But if the value of good is more than 1 crore and the consumer is not satisfied or he wants to appeal, he can move to Supreme Court within 30 days of the decision. So this is the 3-tier judiciary or the 3-tier consumer grievances machinery under Consumer Protection Act. Only this is the last topic which is there in Consumer Protection chapter. Thank you.